Discover. Hey, what's up? What's going on with you? I'm still trying to get it together. How y'all doing? Great. Listen, it is so true. Getting it together. Getting it together is so true. You have to be solo. You have to be solo because your enemies, and I will say your enemies, will try you. And you begin to wonder, this was my lover. This was my best friend. But all the time, they were just trying to get close to damage and take away your light, the shining light on you. If they ain't do it for them, they did it for an organization or someone else. But today I'm here to tell you that chosen ones, God is so unique. Do you hear me? He is so unique in exposing your enemy and showing your true enemies. And when he showed your enemies, he's going to show who's behind supporting your enemies. Are you at that level yet? Did you get there? Because that's your turnabout time. That's the time is you going to turn about. Do you understand me? Do you understand what it is to be chosen? Do you understand that the enemy is going to try you regardless? Because you got something special. You are chosen. You have always been there, able to turn things around to a perspective that people understand. And yet the enemy don't want you to be the one to give the message. They're trying to dim your light. They got to give the message. It can't be you. That's why you are chosen. Because what you have in you, they don't have. They think they have it, but they don't. They got to use somebody else, or somebody else got to use them. But chosen one, we always alone. We doing what we got to do on our calling. We know what our calling is. When you was here in this situation, in this position, you helped so many. And you're going to find that people are going to get jealous of what you do. And when you find this, you are at your turning point, because the only way you can be at your turning point is to know exactly the plan of your enemies. And you're going to know it, and you cannot tell anybody. You can act like you telling them, camouflage. You can feed them anything they want to hear, but do not feed them what you know that's going to save you. Do you understand? They think you telling them everything, but you camouflaging the situation, because I don't have to tell you anything. You are not my master. You are not the one who pays my bills. I do that. And when the enemy begin to see your growth, you will begin to see the enemy even more, because you're at your turning point. And the enemy is going to try to hold you back. And they're going to use all kinds of lies on you. Like I know one lady, she was in, I think, a deep coma. And she was blacking out and everything. Now, nobody knows what happened to this lady. At least they're saying they don't know. But then they started calling her all kinds of names. Names that she don't even can recognize, because she was good in the community. So what is the community hiding about this lady that they don't want to share? They don't want to share the fact that they didn't care. Their heart wasn't in it. Because if they begin to let people see that, then people will begin to leave them. And people will leave them. Because people will recognize they're lying. But you have to hold on. Do you understand me? The enemy gonna do, I don't care if you have to end up in a situation you don't want to be in. Hold on. Do you understand me? Because the enemy is there just to take you down. But took a couple of years, and finally somebody came forth and told what happened to this lady. And everybody started come through the area that she was in and there was no more donations. There was no more grants. There was no more contribution to the area. Because they began to find out they didn't care. It was all truly about the money. And you're going to learn that. You're at your turning point. You are chosen. It's not about the money to you. It's about actually helping people. And some point we don't receive money to help people, but it will come to you. You just got to be patient. And the enemy is going to make you think they can do whatever they want to do to you. And there's nothing you can do, even when they're doing it to you. Because whatever happened to that lady, nobody told. And they were doing it to her, but she was still blessed. Because she was still making moves and changing. But that they could only get her in the dark. They could only get her when she black out. They could only get her when she fall asleep. But they couldn't get her when she was awake. Do you understand? And people started to come through the community and find out that they didn't care. And that was her turning point. And she was able to sue the whole community and own every property in the community. Because at some point, they went against the community. She had the best person that went against the owners in the community. Once they found out that the owner did not care about this individual that was so important, but to them, they didn't know who she was. But when you're chosen, it don't matter who I'm helping. It don't matter where you've been. What matters is that I rebuild you, because that's what the community is all about, rebuilding, not tearing down. You're at your turning point. Your enemy's going to come at you. Your enemy's going to tell you, oh, this can't happen for you. We can't do this. But deep down inside, you know they can do it. You know they can help you. But they refuse to because their heart is not right. Their heart cannot be like your heart. Their heart wasn't like her heart. And she was able to go from state to state and started to take the same organizations that was associated with these other organizations. And she did not have to worry about who was going to be behind her, because anytime you accumulate, there's somebody behind you that's going to work it out with you. And they thought that she was tiny. But that's the way God comes, don't he? Isn't that how he comes? He make them think you are nothing. But if you hold on, you're at your turning point. She was at her turning point. She is a good example for many chosens and the next chosen that will continue to move on to receive. But don't be deceived by the things that you see, because they're going to try to put you in fear. If I could put you in fear, then you are not going to fight the fight, because you are in fear. Do you understand? Do not become in fear. Fight the fight. Let the enemy know I do not fear you. You have no control over me. You may control me at avenues that I got to be dead into. I got to be asleep. I got to be blacking out. Of course you can have control. But if I'm awake and alive, that tells you I am not the individual you try to make me look like or be. And God is here with me today to tell you there's somebody out there that need to hear this. There's some enemies out there that need to hear this, because as chosen ones, we always be trying to let them know, do not play with the chosen one, because God do not play about us. Because he knows what we have done for people before you, and even what we would do for you. But you don't want it to be me. It got to be somebody that you choose. But sometimes with God, there's no choice. It's whatever comes your way. This woman was able to mobilize a monopoly of businesses and organizations. But first, she had to expose just one. Just one. But she was determined. She didn't give up. She didn't say, no, this is not able to happen because I do not have this, or because you're putting me in this position, and your enemies are going to try to put you in position where you don't have no control. But you are in control because you haven't given up. The minute you give up, that's when you lose control. You're telling God that I am fear of them, when you need to be more in fear of him. And he has to rest. There's somebody that needs to hear this today. Because I was about to do it tomorrow. But today, somebody needs to hear this. Some enemy is going to wish they listened to this. Some enemy is going to wish that they didn't do the things they done. They're going to forget about the things promises that they did with their own family. And if they did it with their family, what makes you think God won't do it for your family? But do not give up, because they're going to have your family and others in fear. You have to be the strong one. Sometimes it's the chosen one that has to be the strong one, because everybody else in so much fear. Fearful of going through challenges, through changes, knowing that God is going to get you out. And it's only for the enemy to see the trust that you have in God. While they begin to believe and trust in themselves, thinking they can break you down, make you give in. You can force me, but you can't make me give in. Even when you force me, be careful, because the forced hand of God is nothing to play with a chosen one. That lady that I'm speaking of is somebody I saw in the far future in a dream. Have you been there as chosen ones? Have you had dreams? I call them deja vus. I know this happened. I've been here before. This is going to happen. God already showed you, maybe at a young age. And you're older now, but it's deja vu because he was preparing you. Your youngest age is your most innocent age, where the devil doesn't have control over you, because you really know nothing about evil unless somebody teaches you it. You have that innocent nature. That's when God can really reach you. So when you get older, when he's throwing and he's getting you ready and getting you prepared, with these dreams and these deja vus, and all of a sudden you get older and you be like, oh my God, this happened. This is going to happen. You're not quite aware, but you knew you survived. This happened, but I survived. And that deja vu is going to let you know, don't worry. You're going to receive everything that God has prepared for you. Everything the enemy thought is stolen from you. Even your innocence. God can bring back. No man can do it. No pastor can do it. No deacon can do it. The only one who can do it is God. The same person they supposedly call on. Have you been there? Are you in touch with yourself? Are you in touch with the nature of understanding who you are? Are your vibrations going where they need to go? When you're around certain people, I'm at that point when you know God is really with you and there's something going on that you're not seeing, but other people see what they're doing to you. Your vibration is on the move. You upset. You're not upset because self-consciously your body knows what it went through. Your mind knows what it went through. And you wake up in that certain atmosphere, in that certain way of thinking that, wow, I know that something happened, but I was either knocked out or slept. And as I slept, the enemy tried to attack me or attacked me. So you wake up with a feeling. And that's your self-conscious, your body letting you know something took place. It could be a sound. It could be somebody trying to get into your place. Your body knows. Sometimes you're in the bed, you're twisting and turning, you go, The body knows somebody's trying to attack you. Somebody's trying to get to you. And that's the energy. That's your vibration. There's nothing wrong. Feel it. When your body is letting you know through your attitude that something is going on and you need to pay attention because God is here with you. Have you been there some nights you just can't sleep because you know something is about to happen, something is about to trigger off? And I gotta be up. I gotta pay attention. Because if I don't pay attention, I may fall into the trap that they're trying to set for me. That is God letting you know. But as chosen ones, trust me, these deja vus is quite interesting. I had so many dreams when I was young. And as I get old, even some now, I have deja vu. It probably lasts within a second. It's a message from God letting you know, I need to prepare you. When you see this sign, know you need to fully pay attention. I'm taking you somewhere. And trust me, you're going to remember the deja vus. God is a mysterious God in so many ways, especially with the chosen one. And the enemy is so eager to put you at war with what you got going inside. That I'm different than you. The things you do to survive, I choose not to do. And you're mad at me because I choose not to do what you do to survive. And the enemy is going to try to take you there. But trust me, as chosen ones, this deja vu of this lady becoming and taking everything from everybody is a deja vu of fear. And then people begin to be in fear because now they see you. Now they're looking at her. And they seeing what she didn't see. So now they're able to let her know this is happening when you think you're sleeping. This is happening when you close your eyes. and you open it each morning. Let me be your eyes. And God does that. He let other people become your eyes. They became her eyes, not just her eyes. They became her fight. They became the people that did what they had to do to get together and to help her manage the situation where she can begin to receive the blessings that they thought they would take away from her. They can hold on to it. They can evaluate it. They can even make money off of it. But when God is ready to release it, chosen, be ready. Be ready. I'm feeling it. The vibration is so high, I'm feeling it. Be ready. You may have to go through, you may have to leave situations. You understand what I'm saying? Some people go live in their car for a minute. Some people go live in a hotel for a minute. Some people find ways to survive, but it's only the enemy trying to knock you down so they can get you to do what they want you to do. Turn you away from God. You gotta be like me. You gotta suffer like I suffer. There's people out there that want you to suffer just because they suffered. I went through it. Why can't you go through it? Because I did not make the choice you made. There are people out there like that. There's somebody that needs to hear this today. There's somebody I need to reach today. Do not give up. Do not let the enemy target you and trigger you. The triggering part is getting you out of character. You walking down the street, they're telling people, oh, she crazy, she don't know. And you're not doing anything. All of a sudden, somebody walk by you, they say something, and you attack with words, not hands, just words. But then the enemy will get somebody else to do it. Then somebody be taping this. Then people started to talk. See, they triggered you. They get you out of character. They got you. But if you be like me, you do self-evaluation, you do research, and then you do research in which you can collaborate your research within your community by how they react to you. And you send your research papers off to people who are very interested in what's going on in your community, especially somebody who may want to invest in your community. They may want to take over what's going on in your community because they got the money to do it. And that's when you become big and of value as the chosen one. That's when God could use you more because he needs to change what's going on. And you're the only one who's not going to fall short to somebody purchasing you, telling you, here's some money, do it my way. You're going to do it the right way. I'm not going to do it your way. It should be done like this. Everybody should be given the opportunity to succeed, not just several individuals. Where you want to put them. If you want to be a doctor, be a doctor. If you want to be a nurse, be a nurse. If you want to be a fireman, be a fireman. But there's some people that won't even see you get there. Do you understand? The triggering. These are the days that people are fighting to survive because they got AI. They know AI is going to take over a lot of jobs. They were afraid of the what? Remember the cassette tapes? Then the CD come out. How many times you heard things about the CD before it even came out? Now everybody utilizing the CD. Now the CDs is practically gone. Nobody really buys CDs. Everything is on internet. If it ain't on internet, what? It's on a drive. If it ain't on the drive, what? It's in a memory bank. And now where are we now? Now we were AI. Why are you running? Why are you running? There's something you can do. All it is, the time is changing. People become in fear when time changes. And they begin to attack those who already have and know. They can take it, but they can't hold on to it because they don't know how to. You know how to do it because you created it. You created what you created to survive. They can only rob, and once it's gone, they can't create it again. But you, being chosen, you can't create what you lost again because you created it the first time. The enemy can only take it and use it, but they cannot create it again. That's why you're chosen. Your triggering point. Don't be triggered. But somebody need to hear this day. Don't be triggered. Calm down. Calm down. Be careful talking out loud, calling people names and saying things. People begin to look at you like you got a problem going on. And that's not normal. I cannot see a doctor walking down the street calling somebody crazy. I cannot see a social worker walking down the street calling somebody a hoe. Anybody who utilize these words, they're telling on themselves how they feel. Do you understand? Do not be triggered. They are triggered. They don't know how to deal with life. So they trigger and they just throw things out there. Hold on, calm down. I don't know who need to hear this message, but calm down. You can get control. But first, you have to be able to receive. And you have to be able to know, just like that lady, that everything is possible and anything is possible. Be patient. Go through the steps that you have to go through. But don't give up, because when you go through, you're also learning. I always try to keep motivating, try to keep learning something. Do you understand? I regardless of what I go through, the enemy cannot hold, you can't hold me back. I'm going to keep trying to do what I got to do. Because if I don't continue to do what I got to do, guess what? Then you got control. And being a chosen child of God, that's impossible. Because I look to him, I don't look to you. But people don't understand that. People are in fear. They're in fear of the enemy. Why fear the enemy? What are you afraid of? There's somebody that can take care of that enemy. If it ain't 911, it's somebody that can take care of that enemy. It comes in time. For that lady, it come in time. She had a bigger blessing than anything. Waiting ahead. Being patient. As God began to work on other individuals to see that I need to invest in this person. Because if I invest in this person, I know this community is going to be better. Because this person cares about the community. When you don't care about the community, you allow things to happen. And you cover up. You know what cover up means? We're going to hide what's going on to save ourselves. But there's always an investment in yourself. And once you start to invest in yourself, the investors will come in the community and invest in you, and invest in you, and invest in you, and invest in you. I can tell you this because I already know of investors that are already talking about taking over certain communities because they don't like what's going on. It's the same old crime and criminal activities going on behind closed doors. If it ain't behind closed doors, it's right in front of your face. And some investors got enough money. If you ain't got the security guard money, if you ain't got the money to secure, we got it. When, trust me, they got the money, but they don't care. They take it back home where they go home. And they come back the next door, put the keys in the door, and talk about, let me serve the community. While the community is being damaged right in front of their face. Maybe 9 to 5, the criminals try to hold it down because they know once they leave, they back at it. They ain't gonna change. They ain't gonna make no change. So what you gotta do, you gotta go and visit different communities. If you don't know about the best community and how communities can change, because the community takes care of you. And you take care of the community by your concerns. Not by what they hear and all the negativity that's going on, but what's going on. Like, I've been to different churches. I have churches here. We got churches out there that's ready to come over, take over churches here in this community because they don't like how the churches are giving the message out. They don't see change. But guess what? You've been in the same area they've been in. And they know of you. And that's why they come in to change the community. Because if the community don't care about you and I'm just like you, there got to be change. And that's no lie. Trust me, that's no lie. And that's what keep you strong. And that's what keep you going. And that's what keep you focused, because God is showing you, I got somebody's about ready to come and help. And sometimes the help got to watch the community, keep an eye on them. Because isn't that what you do? You got to analyze. You got to watch and say, is this true what this person is saying that they're going through, that there could be changes in this community? Because if the community holds you down, then it's going to hold everybody down that's trying to come up. Only certain people's going to bring up. And that's not how the community is run. And God will show you this. He's shown me this. And he will put you in a position to shake the person's hand who's coming in the community. I've been there. And this is recently. And you sit, and they're not far. They're already in the church, not far from the community. And they're getting bigger and they're spreading out. And they got everything the community has. They got places that you can go, and they got houses that you can join. You can live in a house. You just got to give service to them or work. Which is better than what the community is doing. Do you understand? God have to show you this. So I'm trying to share this with you because a lot of you are giving up. A lot of you are faint out of fear. You're yelling and trying to blame somebody else for things that happen. Now, when I yell, it is to what? It is to bring what? Awareness. And once I bring awareness, my legs, which they did, they started to go out the community, because that's how God have you travel. And then you start to learn you not only have a concern, but there's others. And then you'd be surprised that it may be a white community, but the people coming in are white. And it could be a military community, but the people coming in are military. Because somebody always have somebody watching you. God always do things better. Things don't get worse. When you're working with God and God's working with you, it got to get better. Some of these people that I met who coming in, who will be preaching to you, will be military. So don't worry about the other military that did. They didn't do it right. They was brought, paid for, and didn't care. But there's a new brand military that's coming up. And they understand. And they got the money. And they got the plan. And guess what? You was there. Because you was chosen. So I'm telling you today, calm down. Go do what you got to go to. If you got to be in a shelter, if you got to be where? With family, if you got to be with friends, you got to do what you got to do to survive. Do what you got to do to survive. Trust me, this is this lady. I'm talking to you. Do you hear me? I'm talking to you. And I've been there. And sometimes I even meet people in the community that have been there with me too, that know the people is coming. They know they coming. And y'all don't say nothing. Y'all just give each other the eye when you walk, going by. Because that's how God tell you, don't give up. I know they got you thinking that you are down. But whenever things change, there got to be circumstances, there got to be investigations, and there got to be a long-term, definitely a long-term watch of what's going on. And what they see is how they determine how things going to be. But first, you was chosen to walk through. And now I'm chosen to tell you not to give up. Calm down. It's coming. It's coming. It's getting better. It may get worse for the chosen because you are chosen because God knows you're not going to give up. And them same people coming in, going to be the same people who save you. Until next time, BS and Discover. See me next time. And guess what? I'm going to have a video. When they get to the community, I'm going to have a video introducing the people who came through. Peace, and peace be with you.